to talk about how to get over imposter syndrome if that's something you're dealing with. Having imposter syndrome is proof that you're not a sociopath. Listen, I am thankful for my job. I have to share a bathroom with men, and why? Why with the shit streaks? Why? What do they call them? Racetracks or something? Something streaks, I don't know, but why? Every time I go pee, shit stains everywhere. I'm like, dude, take the little toilet scrubby, get rid of that, because nobody wants to see that. It's like genuinely impressive. Like, I think I have poop envy because I am not capable of, one, going that often, and two, it just is like a massacre every time I walk in there. So wipe your shit stains off. Did you know that the number one thing that couples fight about, number two things, can you guess? Money and sex. Yeah, it's true. I don't know why I wanted to share that, but I found it extremely interesting. Our pastor actually shared that this weekend, and I wanted to say the second thing out loud, but I was like, no, there's no way that couples fight about that. It's true. So don't feel like you are out of the norm if you do fight, because it's actually highly normal. Trying to bring homemade coffee because I spend way too much money. It's like $7+ for a coconut milk latte. I'm gathering my thoughts a little bit. I like to come in early, super early in the morning, and as I'm sitting here checking emails, catching up on things, figuring out my tasks of the day, I also like to either listen to like a guided meditation on my Bible app and hit play, and it'll just read the Bible to me. I want to talk to you about the real reason why I quit YouTube, and well, a couple real reasons. I went through a huge life transition, and I was incapable of pouring into anyone else's cup, even my own. Like, I wasn't living in such survival mode that the thought of even trying to do something creative, it drained me. I also was dealing with a lot of imposter syndrome, and I was focused too much on all the wrong things, all of the things that the adversary really wants you to focus on, focusing on, numbers, and that's defining who you are, and it's not even remotely true. About how to get over imposter syndrome if that's something you're dealing with. I was looking at was American Society of Psychology or something like that. 88% of people have also at one point felt imposter syndrome. Is the feeling of being a fraud, that you're not good enough, that whatever you're doing, whether it be your job or the partner that you're with, or that you feel like you don't deserve it, or that you aren't good enough to have that, the skill set that it takes. And that's just simply not the case. I think having imposter syndrome is proof that you're not a sociopath. It's just lack of proof that you are meant to be where you are, and there's never lack of proof. I think if you're kind of like looking through a straw at your life, you're only gonna see so much, but if you take away that straw and you just have a wider swath of view, then you're gonna see way more things. So what has really helped me get over imposter syndrome is just getting out there and doing it. Like, for one, I definitely feel it with starting back up on these videos, but who cares? Like, you need to make the cringe content. Like, there's gonna be people that think it's cringe or disgusting or gross or like have secondhand embarrassment. Who cares? I mean, is that really going to affect you long term? No. So if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, just like go out and do the thing that you feel like you're not capable of doing. Keep a log of everything that goes right, or not even goes right, but everything that you come across that you can troubleshoot, or anything that like shows proof towards the thing that you're working for. So for me, post a video and maybe 50 people view it, which is pretty like normal right now for me. I need to see that as a success and just see where it goes, and abandon all expectation and all the things that you can't control, abandon that, because if you surrender to the uncontrollables, you focus more on the things that you can control, and then that will then pour into other areas. Sometimes I can be a little loquacious in explaining things, but yeah, this is how my mind works. I think the biggest thing that helps is developing a positive relationship with failure. Fail Forward, that's a great book. It's kind of reframes failure. It's like, I think failure has been a huge thing that I've been afraid of. And for what? Is it the rejection? Is it the self-hate? Is it just the feeling like you're not enough? What is it about failure that is so bad? Look at how many people have failed and then succeeded. Like, I just watched the movie Naiad, and it's about this swimmer, and she was like in her 60s. She swam from Cuba to Florida, and she failed probably 5 or 6 times trying to make that swim. She failed it big time when she was in her 20s. And then multiple times, she's gotten attacked by box, jellyfish, Portugal man, like all of the dangerous things that should have killed her didn't, because she had something in her heart and she knew that she needed to complete it, and she wasn't going to be okay if she didn't. And people like that take radical failure and then propel it into their success, that is something that should be more like common. Like, we should be expecting to fail multiple times before success comes. And I think I've grown accustomed to thinking, oh, try one thing and get really good at it very quickly and you're just gonna succeed. And that's not the case. You don't see people struggle. Like, struggle happens behind the scenes, in the dark, behind the door. Like, struggle happens where no one sees it. And what they do see is someone taking off with their career, or someone getting promoted in the military, or somebody finding their life partner. With what they haven't seen was all the first dates and horrible second dates that they went on, or the multiple exams that they failed. So just know that what you see is not what is always behind the scenes. This is going to be a super exciting adventure because I'm going to vlog just life, and it doesn't matter. I'm surrendering to the numbers. I'm surrendering to the outcome. But you know what's going to be cool is going to be able to look back at these videos and see the growth. So I highly recommend, somehow, you don't have to like put it out on social media, but somehow just vlogging or writing down how you're feeling, where you're at in life, and then doing it again in the next month and the next month, and seeing over 12 months where you grow to and how far you actually come, and measuring that success. Fake it till you make it. That's a legitimate like mental exercise. Like, if you think something, you're probably right. Who said that? I think it was Churchill. He was like, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're probably right. All right, you want proof that I'm actually doing something and trying to overcome imposter syndrome? I hated school with a passion my entire school life. I remember being in the car with my dad, and I was screaming that I wanted to burn the school down in like 4th grade, and he was just laughing so hard as he went to the drop-off line to drop me off. I don't know, I got bullied a lot. I think I may have had a learning disability. I had to get tutoring for math and reading. I just couldn't pick up on reading. I don't know what it was. It's funny because now I'm like avid reader. I always have a book. I'm like the C's get degrees type of girl, if you know what I mean. So one way I'm combating imposter syndrome this year is I'm going back to school for my master's in cybersecurity. And it's only been my first month. It's a 13-month program. It's kicking my ass, I'm not gonna lie. It's been hard to propel myself again into that studious mindset, but what I have noticed is the first month's already gone by, and I'm like, oh wow, like, okay. I mean, I'm more capable than I thought I was, and I wouldn't have known that unless I went out there and tried it, and I was willing to fail it. So take that into your own life. The thing that you want to do so badly, take the small step. You know, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And I would never eat an elephant because that's just...
Elephants are like my soul animal, but...
You know what I'm saying. It's taking the one step at a time. It's going out there and looking stupid. It's, for me, surfing still. I get mad imposter syndrome. I feel like I don't deserve the waves. I am in the lineup and I've been there for 30 minutes and I haven't even tried to go for a wave because there are other people that are better, and I'm like, well, what if I look stupid and I fall? And yeah, that happens a lot. But I just get up and I just start cracking up because Mother Nature's gonna do her thing and I get to learn. And if people want to get mad about that, they can go for it. It's not my problem. So yeah, it's just getting out there and looking really stupid at first, but knowing on the inside that none of it really matters and that you're doing something to better yourself. So if somebody has a problem with that, that is on them. If you've been told like you're not enough, or if you're like you're not good enough, or you've been told and you've been fed these lies, it's a matter of taking those lies and saying, I don't identify with that. Because apparently, I mean, identifying these days, you can be anything you want, but I say that as a joke. But no, it's true. You can take what people tell you and either let it soak in or be the rubber, let it bounce off. Because who's the biggest voice in your life? By that is not who is the loudest. It is who is the loudest to you. Who are you listening to tell you that you can or can't do something? For me, the biggest voices in my life, Jesus. God can tell me I can do all things through him if it's in his will. Ask and you shall receive, knock and the door will be open to you, if it's pleasing to him. So yeah, I should probably get back to work, but that was what was on my heart. I hope this helped somebody. If it did help somebody, let me know. And I'll see you next time. Bye!